sounded ridiculous. Probably because it was. In fact, when Houston Chronicle reporter James Campbell got a tip on the story from an otherwise reliable source, he didn't even believe it at first.
He says this woman hired someone to off her daughter's cheerleader rival. And I said, come again? He says this woman hired somebody to off her daughter's cheerleader rival. I go, come on. I mean, I've heard about living vicariously through your kids, but this is a little bit ridiculous.
Pom-poms and professional hitmen. When the story hit the papers next day, hard-working, church-going Channel View hardly knew what to make of it.
It turned the world upside down. I mean, we're not a different kind of community to where, oh, that's normal around here. That's not it at all. It was a shock to all of us.
It wasn't exactly a shock to the rest of Houston, though. An over-the-top stage mother whose ambition was every bit as big as her hairstyle, it fit Houston's stereotype of Channel View to a T.
This may not sound politically correct, but those people down there, they live for their children. And they live through their children. Some of those moms, they want their children to be limelight. And they go to extremes sometimes. But a shock, yes. But at the same time, no.
Of course, when the national media picked up the story, those people down there took on a somewhat broader meaning.
It's a stereotypical Texas story. The cheerleaders and the football and how big it is and competitive.
It kind of captivated the country. They were going, wow, what's going on in Texas? I mean, we know that we're down there, but this is just too much.
And it wasn't just the whole country. Pretty soon, the whole world knew all about Wanda Holloway's halftime hitman. It was the biggest story they hit the town since the Channel View Falcons almost won the state championship way back in 1961.
Myself and Sergeant Blackwell must have fended, I can't even imagine how many phone calls. One in particular from London, England. I was never so surprised in my whole life. And the secretaries of our office loved that guy because he had a nice accent. And I think they envisioned themselves going off on some romantic weekend with the guy.
From London all the way to Laredo, people simply couldn't get enough of the pom-pom mom. And reporters crawling all over Channel View served it up fresh daily, as hot and juicy as a chicken fried steak down at Ma's Country Kitchen.
The media was all over the place asking questions, wanting to know answers, and down there, they were interviewing every person they could get in those small towns because they're trying to create a story.
In the weeks following Wanda's arrest, reporters in Channel View interviewed everyone they could find with a Texas twang and ostrich skin boots.
People were angry that so many people invaded Channel View and it made it look like a little hick town and that everyone was so redneck. It seems like when they want to interview someone on TV, they always interview someone with no teeth. It's not a bad place, but the media makes it a bad place.
Maybe the stereotyping was unfair, but then hiring a hitman to kill your cheerleading rival didn't exactly scream sophistication.
People always say that the media blows it out of proportion, but, the reality is that, this story begged to be blown out of proportion.
Whether it begged for it or not, when the case went to trial, there'd be no need for the press to blow anything out of proportion. Wanda Holloway would take care of that all by herself.
If you